so I'm gonna do this is gonna be like an extra video of just like all my library's books I've gotten recently. Um and kind of why I got them and kind of what kind of is my goals for other things I want to work on. Um that's not just like my 25 books in 2025 video, which you will be seeing soon. Um So this year I have found that I like romantasy. Like big time, like I'm really enjoying it. So a lot of this pile is that, and some of them are for just like the end of spooky season. I got some books for that. But anyway, I'm just gonna kind of go through the stack and kind of talk about my thoughts. First off, and if you see like the first book I picked up, Half Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout, the Covenant series. I love Jennifer L. Armentrout. I think she is so much fun. She is one of the people that I think really started fantasy romance. A lot of credit goes to Sarah J. Maas, which I'm not going to uncredit her. Like, she did write ACOTAR. But Jennifer L. Armentrout actually wrote From Lead and Ash. And this is her teenage series or young adult. And it is good. Like, it reminds me so much of Vampire Academy, but a little bit better. But I'm not too far yet. I can't tell you yet. And then this just caught my eye, but I think this is another dark fantasy romance. Equisite Ruin by Andrea May. I just saw this in new, and I was like, looks good. I'm gonna pick it up. But fantasy romance. And then Vessalus, by Courtney L. Wynn. I saw this on a couple people were talking about it on a couple of people were talking about it on why can't I think of the word right now? Like when you read something like that. And then I saw this on the new Aurora, like that book box, and I was like, this looks great and sign me up. And then I got Guild from Raven Kennedy. It's just a class. It feels like I have some classic, like what I consider classic fantasy romance to see if I like any of the ones that a lot of people have read, and I picked this up for that reason. Same with this. I consider this a classic, What Lies Beyond the Veil, a classic Harper L. Woods romantasy. And then The Deer and the Dragon by Pepper CJ. Becca talked about this, and I have another one of her books from another series. Romantasy, but it sounds really good, so I just grabbed it. And then I grabbed The Coven by Harper L. Woods. Is she? Yeah. Okay. Becca read this book too and really like had a good time, so I was like, okay. And then I've been wanting to read this book for a while. Chlorine by Jade Song. Sorry guys, I heard some weird stuff. I'm like, okay. And this was like for the end of my horror stuff. I will probably try to like organize this a little bit better and get these into some like coherent videos. But yeah, I'm a big swimmer. She thinks she's a mermaid, and I've just heard good things. And then Hot Wax by El Rio. I've heard good things about this author. And then it's about music, and I'm, you know, a horror about music just sounds like really good. And then I got Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. I am slowly gonna get through this series while I read Crescent City. Because what I'm afraid is going to happen is this is going to become important, and then I'm going to be at the, like, having to read, like, 12 books. So I'm like, I'll slowly get these from the library and reading them. Unless they're extremely fantastic, I will probably not, like, pick it up in, like, stores and buy them all. And then I saw The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. All last year everybody was saying this was such a good horror. I was like, I'll pick it up. And then Bonesmith, I've just heard really good things. And it's kind of in that horror, so I was like, by Nikki Palprato. Yeah, I was just like, I'll pick it up. I heard good things. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of group these in like a couple of different videos. Like I have right now, I'm doing like kind of a romantasy book, but I want to kind of review like a little bit of like all of them, like 3 books each, probably per video is what I'm trying to do. And then I still have one more book for my what I consider my TBR for these last 2 months is Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil. I have not forgotten this book. It is still on my audiobooks for Libby. So hopefully I can get most of these read and then still have time for that. But we will see. And then I have some, like, then it's going to be mostly my 25 books of 2025, which I have to re-watch that video and figure out, like, what books, like, we're going to be having to focus on in December. But we are at the end of October. We still have November. And then, that 25 books of 2025, I'm thinking is going to be something that might bleed into January, and I am okay with that. But otherwise, thank you for coming down. Like I said, this is just a little extra video that I'm gonna post. But usually I do videos Thursday and Sunday. Thursday is other media. Sunday is books. But this is going to come out maybe November 1st, just to give you guys an idea of where I'm at. But anyways, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.